What's going on, everybody? It's Khalid from Savage Builds once again. We're back under the 335i, not for anything really important, but just something that was getting on my nerves, and it might help you guys out if you had this same problem. So basically, a few weeks back, I'll wait for this car to pass. A few weeks back, I put on the VRSF, yes, that's the right acronym. Put on their street exhaust, their catback exhaust. Love the sounds that come from it with the 335. The only problem I have is that underneath, when we get up underneath, you can see exactly what the problem is. The pipe, this beefy pipe, is just laying on this cross member. So anytime I'm at like a resonance? Yeah, like a resonant frequency with the idle, or like at 3,000 RPM, this pipe just starts shaking. And I hear that all through the car. And it really irritates me because this is supposed to be a luxury car. And I don't want unluxury noises coming from this car. All right? So we have a solution. And I already started, just for editing's sake. What we're gonna do is get some exhaust tape, or exhaust wrap, heat wrap, as a lot of people like to call it. And we're gonna wrap up the exhaust, the 3.5 inch pipe. I marked up the lines already to where the pipe is, because I got a 4-inch clamp just so that we have enough room to move around, because I'm gonna be putting some padding on this so it doesn't make any noise even when it is forced to contact it. It is gonna cut out a lot of noise if you just, strap it down to this bracket. But I wanna make sure that there's no corrosion gonna happen. So I wanna put a barrier in between it so there's absolutely no noise, no rubbing, no corrosion ever gonna be allowed. The reason why I got these lines here, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. These lines here, those are to outline. So this line in the middle is the center of the 3-inch pipe. Put 2 inches on each side of that center line. But you also have to make sure to, well, it's kind of self-explanatory. When you get your center isn't always going to be the center, because this is a diagonal pipe. So it goes across this panel diagonally. So this is a little bit of an off-centered, the way this looks is a little off-centered from how it actually is, a square panel. But yeah, we'll make it work. It makes sense when you actually do it. There's the center, and then 2 inches off of each side. And then we're just gonna drill holes about in the middle of the lines. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we're gonna put padding on it anyway so that it doesn't make any noise. And we'll go from there. I'll show you guys a review if my idea worked or if it didn't. If there's any more noises, we'll see. This might be a trial and error type of situation. We'll find out. Just to give you guys an idea of what your parts list will look like if you went with the solution that I go with. I have my exhaust wraps in a plastic bag because it's fiberglass and I don't want that everywhere. Got my toolbox, of course. Come over here. Got some acetone to clean up the pipe so that our adhesive can stick, because I don't want that wrap to unravel. This is not like, it's basically JB Weld, but for it exactly is JB Weld. You can see what it is. There's a nice little freeze frame. Moving on, got some washers because I don't trust measurements. And we got the clamp. So I'm not gonna be using this lower part. See how it makes like a circle? I'm not gonna be using that part, since the exhaust pipe is just gonna be pushed down onto that panel. And that panel would be basically the bottom. And then I'll bring these nuts up to the panel, put some washers on it, of course, we'll be good to go. Oh, I forgot, you're gonna need a drill bit set, of course, with a drill that you'll need, of course. This is a 3/8 inch, so I'm gonna go one size up, just so, I know for a fact that those bolts are gonna go through. Okay, so I managed to get those holes drilled in, these two right here. Yep, those 2 holes right there. I did miss with the lines, of course. My measurements were off, like I said. Anyway, so got the holes drilled in. I actually did have to use like motor oil as a lubricant. I had some old oil laying around in the garage, so I used that as some lubricant. This is some thick metal, so you are gonna need some lubricant, or it'll get really hot and make a lot of noise, and dogs don't like it. you'll find out. So as you can see, I got this midsection of this pipe cleaned up with acetone. It's nice and shiny, ready to be bonded to with some adhesive and some exhaust wrap. And this job will be done in about 30 minutes. Okay, so it's not pretty, but I got it wrapped up. So I'm gonna go put that that clamp up, mark it up. Hopefully it lands somewhere in between here. If not, I'm gonna have to fill up these spaces because I was just trying to get it done. Put those clamps on. Well, that clamp on, and button everything up. Everything will be back to normal. Start it up. Let's hear if there's any more vibrations. And just like that, we are all ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and start up the car here. If I notice any of the rattles that I was getting, I really shouldn't. It's freaking solid, dude. That's not going anywhere. Before, if I just tapped it, you would just hear it just rattling through the whole car. So hopefully now there aren't any unusual vibrations and we can, race people with confidence and not think that my car is about to fall apart. Thank you. Come again. Alright, so I'm back inside and I got a little soot on my head, but back inside, and as you guys can see from the exhaust clip, that worked 100%. No complaints. Can never complain. Yeah, so if you ever had that problem where your 335 is rattling after putting a 3.5-inch mid pipe on it, there you go. Take this video and put it to good use. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also look for us on Facebook at Savage Builds Texas, or TX for an abbreviation, and on Instagram at savagebuilds.tx. And make sure to shout us out. Tell your friends to tell a friend, tell their friends to tell more friends, and let's get this train going.